What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time, and I have another stack of records from all over the board here to talk to you about this time around. And the first record I'm going to be talking to you about is a demo from 2016 that got a lot of people intrigued and interested and made a lot of people wonder what was going to be coming next. This is MARTROD with Transmutation of Wounds. Yeah. This is a co-release between Fallen Empire Records and Territor Possessions, and the way this band was hyped up and talked about was very, very intriguing. This was, excuse me, this was more of an effort of making the music heard first and who is involved secondary. As far as the music is concerned, this is absolutely fantastic, dreary sounding black metal. Very well established, very well executed. It's only 2 tracks, but the 2 lengthy tracks that appear on this demo showcase a lot of greatness and a lot of potential. Now, as far as to who is involved in this project, it's just a who's who of people from all over the world, in the US and internationally. People from projects such as Wormlust, Mistharming, Bloodhouse Nord, Krieg, Leviathan, and Antaeus. Just a seriously stacked who's who sort of lineup involved for a project like this. But heavyweight ties aside, the music on here is very killer, and I'm seriously looking forward to more. So here's a front cover. Love the artwork for this album cover here. The uncoated stock for the sleeve here. Back cover is it's only 2 tracks, Fallen Empire and Territor Possessions, and it's a very bare bones sort of record. It's only on a standard black vinyl. The program repeats on both sides. As you can see the band logo here in the middle. Yeah, but yeah, if there's more in the works from this project, I'm definitely going to keep an eye and ear out for what comes next. I really, really love what I hear from the 2 tracks on this MARTROD demo. So yeah, Transmutation of Wounds by MARTROD. Definitely check this one out. Next up, we move to Chile for seriously one of the more underappreciated bands to come from this country. This is Perverse Rot with Anti-Cosmocrator. Yeah. This was released in 2015 through Hell's Headbangers, and like I said, Perverse Rot are based out of Chile, and this is seriously a killer and consistent band. Always hardworking, always delivering the goods. They put out a really killer album in 2008 called Cult of Destruction, and that was a seriously fun and over-the-top sort of release. Ever since then, this band has been seriously continuing to put out the solid and hard work, and Anti-Cosmocrator is no exception. Yeah, really killer album. A lot of emphasis on black and death metal here, a little bit of thrash tinges here and there. That's always been the story for a band like Perverse Rot, excuse me. Really solid band from the get-go, and this album is quite a fun listen in its own right. I don't know if it's better than Cult of Destruction, but I would say this is on equal playing grounds. The title track, Awakening of the Ancient Ones, The Age of Darkness, even the closing track, Metal Massacre. This is seriously a badass band, and I'm always excited for what Perverse Rot have to do. Maybe listening to their split with Morbosidad sometime later today, but yeah. Here's a front cover. Beautiful, beautiful artwork here on this album cover. Back cover, more additional badass artwork. Hell's Headbangers put this out. Comes with a very, very nice poster of the artwork here. There you see the Perverse Rot logo. The little artwork piece here, Anti-Cosmocrator. Dig the quality of the poster paper here, so you know you're getting good quality out of this stuff. But yeah, comes on a printed inner sleeve. Got lyrics and stuff on this side, a little dark to see, but yeah. Other side of the sleeve here, some additional artwork, and this is hand numbered to 999 copies. I believe my copy is number 472. There's also a purple vinyl variant of this, but I got just standard black vinyl. Side A, Side B. Very, very good stuff. But yeah, Perverser are a very long-running and consistent band, and I'm always excited for what they decide to put out. So yeah, Anti-Cosmo Crater by Perverser, definitely check this one out. From Chile, we moved to France for probably one of my all-time favorite metal bands to ever come from this country. Osmos Productions recently reissued the first 3 full-lengths from this band, and I'm going to show you one of them right now. This is Arkhon Infaustus with Perdition Insanabilis. Yeah. This was originally released in 2004, and if you're not familiar with Arkhon Infaustus, they are based out of France, and this is, like I said, aside from Antaeus, this is one of my favorite French death metal bands to have ever existed. Just a very perverted, drug-fueled, blasphemous sort of take on black and death metal. Their first couple of full lengths had that really sinister sort of sound and approach going for it when it came to the music, the imagery, the overall aesthetic of things, especially with an album like Hell Catalyst. But with Perdition Insanabilis, they decide to strip things down just a little bit. No crazy hellish sort of imagery this time around. It's still very freaky, but this band went for a more crazed sort of approach here with this album, and they really get away with it quite well here on this album. M33 Constellation, Six Seal Salvation, that is such a seriously killer track. Whirlwind Journey, just a very crazy album and easily a crazy band. Recently this band came back out of hiatus in some way. They're supposed to be putting out a new full length this year, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing what's going to happen next. I believe they're playing Maryland Death Fest next year, so that's another crazy thing to happen from Arkhon Infaustus. But yeah, I fucking love Arkhon Infaustus. So anyway, here's the front cover. Like I said, very simplistic, stripped down sort of artwork in comparison to the previous full lengths. Back cover, track listing, little quote here, band member photos, looking very, very twisted and sick, I should say. Comes on a printed inner sleeve, and you have some lyrics. You have to turn it upside down to probably get a look at some of the other songs on here, so on and so forth. Very cool inner sleeve. And I don't know the limitation on this, but I did get the color variant, which is on a very nice clear with black and white splatter. Side B with, I'll make sure I have this right here. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. High quality as per usual with reissues like this. Yeah, but yeah, Arkhon Infaustus rules so much, and I'm very, very happy to have this. So yeah, Perdition Insanabilis by Arkhon Infaustus. Go check this one out. Next up, we head to the US for probably one of the premier bands going right now in the form of old school sorts of styles of death metal. And as it seems to be, this is a Dark Descent band. This is Horrendous with Ecdysis. Yeah. I saw Drab Majesty last week, and on the way back home, we were jamming some music, and one of the records that my friend put on was this particular album from Horrendous, and I hadn't listened to it in quite a while, so I decided to just flip it on, listen to it, and get reacquainted with a record like this. Yeah, this is their second full-length from 2014, I believe, and this is the follow-up album to probably one of the most impressive debut albums of recent memory, with The Chills. The Chills had a very retrospective, old guard sort of feel going for it when it came to death metal, in the vocals, in the music, in the composition, even in the artwork. But Ecdysis was the beginning of the change and shift in sound for them. Of course, Horrendous nowadays still maintain a death metal sort of style, but they incorporate a more unique, progressive sort of tinge in their sound. It's a sound that gets a lot of people divided, I should say, but I appreciate what Horrendous do with their sound. They try to make things a little different and make things all the more awesome. But yeah, I love this record a lot. It's really an awesome record to listen to. Weeping Relic, The Vermilion, Monarch, Just a seriously wonderful mixture of tracks to be heard on a record like this. Yeah, I still honestly prefer the Sweet Blasphemies demo and the Chills, but I appreciate whatever efforts Horrendous put into their current body of work, and I believe they are deserving of the success that they have right now. So, anyway, here's the front cover. Love this album cover art, absolutely gorgeous to look at. Back cover, band member photo, Dark Descent Records, of course. You have this one sheet here with credits and information, lyrics, band member photos. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is a second press of this album, and I don't know if this was a misprint or something. I forget what the particular pressing version said, but yeah, anywho. Comes on a color vinyl, and it is on a nice, solid, light blue sort of color here. Side A, Side B. Love this goblet with the skull here. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful vinyl here. It sounds great. But yeah, Horrendous, Ecdysis. Go check this one out. Next up, we head to Canada for probably a technical death metal band that has been getting a lot of buzz and notoriety throughout the years. And I don't fuck around with a lot of modern day technical death metal, but if I do, it would have to be something from this band. This is Archspire with the Lucid Collective. Yeah, this was originally released in 2014 through Season of Mist, and Archspire are based out of Canada, and this is their second full-length album. This album was my proper introduction to this band, and after listening to this album lots of times throughout the years, I've learned to greatly appreciate what a project like this does. I mean, this is some of the most warped, cracked out sounding technical death metal I've heard in quite some time. How they do it is just phenomenal, but these guys know how to do it. They know how to create really wild and hypnotic sort of riffs. The drumming is just sensational. You just lose. You feel like you're gonna fall off the wheel listening to this overly fast drumming. It's just so over the top. Such crazy riffs. The vocals are so awesome. I love this vocalist's over the top sort of approach. It's as if you're listening to the tech death version of Twistar, Busta Rhymes. I believe I said that in my original review of this album, but still, my feelings are still in the same sort of league nowadays. I know they're coming out with a new album next week, and I know they're going to be touring with Origin and Defeated Sanity later towards the end of this year, so I'm very curious to see what ends up happening in Archspire's court. But yeah, this is still a fun album to listen to, and definitely escapism at its finest. So anyway, here's the front cover. Love this album cover art here by Ken Seraphin. Very beautiful artwork here. Back cover, track listing, Stay Tech, their slogan of some sorts, if you will. Comes with a lyric sheet and credits. Very simplistic at best. And the copy that I got was limited to 250 copies, and this comes on a very gorgeous, super clear red vinyl. Yeah, side A, side B. I like it when clear color vinyl is actually clear and you can see right through it. Good quality job done on this record, I should say. But yeah, if you're interested in really over-the-top crazy tech death, Archspire is the band to be checking out. I will most likely be reviewing their new album when it comes out, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested. But yeah, Archspire, the Lucid Collective, go check this one out. And last but not least, since I mentioned bands that are coming out with albums in 2017, this band is set to put out their debut album, and I am very much excited to hear how everything goes. But until that album comes out, I have this to hold me over. This is Spectral Voice with Necrotic Doom. Yeah. This is their third demo from 2015, and this was originally self-released, but this got the vinyl and CD treatment through Dark Descent Records. And Spectral Voice is pretty much a collective of people from the band Blood Incantation. I believe 3/4 of the band are currently involved with the inclination of Spectral Voice nowadays, but in comparison to Blood Incantation's very lunar sort of approach to death metal, This band brings in a more gnarly, cryptic, doomy sort of approach to death metal, and with the 3 songs that are on here, Rotting Auras, Horrid Phantasm, and Defluence of Ruined Graves, you just get an idea of how amazing Spectral Voice sounds. Honestly, this project, I believe, in some instances, will reach, and probably already is equal to, Blood Incantation's sort of hype and aura. Just really great riffs, very disgusting vocal work, very awesome drumming. This is something that really just holds your attention and makes you want to find out what comes next. Of course, ever since this demo, they've put out some very killer material, some really awesome splits. Of course, they did a somewhat ironic sort of split with Blood Incantation, and then they did another split with Frenolith. Really, really killer stuff. But yeah, they're going to come out with a full-length album this year. I believe they're going to be touring Europe soon, so hopefully we can get Spectral Voice shows in the United States maybe next year, so that would be pretty cool to see. But anywho, Necrotic Doom is such an awesome demo, and I'm very happy this got the vinyl treatment. So anyway, here's the front cover. Uncoated stock on the sleeve here. Love this image here. Back cover, very simplistic. Band member photo, track listing. Comes with a lyric sheet. You have this crazy artwork on here. Very, very nice to look at. Back cover here. Back of the lyric sheet, you have the lyrics, and you have the credits, and you have the slogan for Spectral Voice, Stay Death. Funny how Blood Incantation has a similar sort of slogan with Stay Space. And comes, I believe all the copies came on a single-sided 12-inch vinyl. There you see the center label here. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this well or not, but yeah, you have this etched B-side here with a skull. Yeah, there we go. Very, very sick etching. Would have been nice if the silk screen would have been like white or something. That way the skull could have been a little bit more visible, but that's just really a small complaint. Now, really no complaints to be had with the demo like this. But yeah, Spectral Voice are going to be making more big impacts to come in the near future. So yeah, Spectral Voice, Necrotic Doom, go check this one out. And with that said, I'm going to conclude this video. I'm going to leave you some links to some of the bands I talked to you about here in this video. If you happen to have heard or own any of these releases, let me know what you think about how you feel about it. There will not be an Arsenal inventory next weekend, as I will be in Austin for the 2nd Red River Family Fest. Expect footage, rundowns, and all that other fancy stuff to come when the time comes around. So yeah, have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army out.